Good evening, everyone, and welcome. Before we get into today's Boomer Shooter Showdown, I thought it would be fun to watch PlayStation's State of Play for the summer of 2024. So, yeah, let's do that. I don't think there's any. Let's see if there's any sound coming from this yet. No. So, warning, sound may come in hot. There's no sound yet, so I don't know what the sound's going to be like. So, yeah, we just got PlayStation logo, and that's it at the moment. Um, yeah, should be starting in just a minute or two. Uh, they have said there are going to be 14 games at this show. Uh, I believe rumors have pointed to a new Astrobot game, or at least a new game from Sony's Asobo Studios, what used to be Japan Studios, and is now just basically the studio that makes Astrobot. That has definitely been rumored to be shown here. I would also expect to see uh, potentially something from Destiny the Final Shape, maybe from whatever they called that new marathon game, both of Bungie's titles. Would not be surprised to see something from the live service game that they showed off that trailer that was just a spaceship, the interior of a spaceship that I don't even remember what it's called now, but they showed that at one of these recently. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that here. Um, I would like, though I doubt that we'd see. I would hope for a look at what Naughty Dog has been working on since they canceled the Last of Us multiplayer game. They are supposedly working on some new project, sci-fi thing is what the rumor is, but I'd be interested to see that. Um, Sucker Punch theoretically probably is working on a Ghost of Tsushima 2, but even if they aren't, they're working on, say, a new Infamous or an entirely new IP. I'd be really interested to see that. It's been quite a while now since Ghost of Tsushima came out, so it seems like we're due for an update on what they are working on. Uh, Insomniac has their Wolverine game that could be shown here. And trying to think what else we know that's on Sony's plate. Sony Bend is working on something that I do not think we've seen at all yet. But whatever they're working on is probably due to be revealed at some point soon. What other studios does Sony have these days? Guerrilla just put out Horizon, and I think they are just a single game studio, so I think we're probably still too early to look at something new from them, but maybe possibly. And um hmm, just double checking because it is now at the time they have noted they are going to start, but there's nothing here. It has started on YouTube, I understand. We're gonna give this another minute because YouTube is much harder for me to capture. I hear sound. Great. Looks like we're started. Awesome.
Hi everyone, I'm Asad Kizilbash, Head of Product at PlayStation Studios and Head of PlayStation Productions. I'm here to welcome one of the newest members of the PlayStation Studios family, Firewalk. This team brings together some of the most talented developers in our industry, with an incredible pedigree in the online multiplayer space. We announced their first game, Concord,
That's the
last year.
one with the ship.
Today, they're revealing gameplay captured in-engine on PS5. But first, here's an extended vignette introducing some of the cool characters you'll find in the Concord Galaxy. Enjoy.
It's like a lo-fi aesthetic.
Oh, jukebox.
Wasn't the plan.
It was a spontaneous, creative decision made after years of careful research.
Being really old and almost dying a bunch doesn't count as research.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Besides, it worked, didn't it?
How much longer for the
Giving
effect?
Guardians of the Galaxy vibes. Very heavy Guardians vibes.
Hot sauce. You'll like it. Trust me.
No. Do not trust him.
Whoa. Where's this coming from?
It's coming from you back on the ship saying, trust me, we're professionals. We'll stick to the plan. We can do this. And then, that. That was not the plan.
Technically, it was a plan. It just wasn't the same plan that we started with.
If we don't leave with this blue body...
Amar. We will. We will.
I'll be waiting outside.
No one moves. We'll be taking this off your hands.
What? This?
Funny.
Slow them down a little for you. Meet at the rendezvous point.
Wait, what? Where's the rendezvous? I didn't catch that.
Copy that, Bill.
Shield out! Well played. You are wounded.
Fine. They only got one of my legs.
How are those hands? How bad is it? You're still mad at me?
Lennox!
Got him.
One off. This is you.
Got it.
I am developing a taste for destruction. Goodbye.
This would be a very dishonorable way for us all to die.
Don't worry. Nobody's dying dishonorably. And also, we're bringing this back with us. Hey, Mark. What are you doing?
Getting us to the rendezvous point.
Perhaps we should have let go also.
One off. Do not dare.
But we were supposed to stick together.
If you let
Him
go,
would
I
never leave me.
swear I will rain
Oh,
vengeance.
look, there they are. Hi.
What the? I am glad you avoided a dishonorable death.
Almost dying is the best way to learn how not to die. Or something.
I knew this was gonna work.
This wasn't the plan.
No, it just wasn't the one we started with.
So Guardians of the Galaxy, it's almost killing me.
Goods delivered. I said
Did they make want to make Guardians of the Galaxy and then they lost the license halfway
Carry
through?
it around with you for emergency bland situations or whatever.
Hey, Mara. Don't joke about something like this.
Our next job is somewhere with less
We'll
scaffolding.
have no scaffolding. Zero scaffolding, I promise. We were apart for so long. I thought I'd never feel your fiery embrace again.
You sound ridiculous.
Big guy might as well be Drax. The robot could be Groot.
Concord is a 5v5 first-person shooter set in the vibrant sci-fi universe of the Concord Galaxy. In Concord, from the moment you log on, you are part of the crew of the North Star, a group of guns for hire known in our galaxy as free gunners. Free gunners are those lucky enough to be free to roam the stars. They take high-stake jobs on worlds across wild space, where they face other fiercely competitive free gunner crews. Here's the very first look at the gameplay of Concord.
Free gunning. It's hard work, but it's our work, and we don't take it for granted. Being a free gunner means, well, you're free.
Right on target. Yeah, you better run.
Free gunners have a shot at making something of themselves, a chance to be someone.
All right. Need a second to fix myself up.
Why not?
And in the wilds, it's anyone's game. You won't survive on your own.
Target blinded.
Finally, to battle. Endless rage!
We risk our lives every day to do the job.
I'll clear the way. Time to show them the big guns. That's me.
Was there only one team in this then? Is there not an opposing team?
This crew will
Is this
go
a
through
PvE entirely?
Take
I was
the
expecting a
job,
PvE type
face
thing.
any enemy. We're the free gunner crew of the North Star. And together, we're going to make our mark on this galaxy.
The crew is gathering. Would you like to join us for game night?
With Concord, we leaned on the strengths and background of our team to make a tight, well-balanced FPS that feels great to play. We focused a ton of our attention and our tech on building a strong gameplay foundation of tight core movement, precise visceral shooting, and expressive abilities.
We ended up finding ourselves influenced a lot by fighting games and even strategy games in the interesting way that the asymmetry of their characters makes every fight, every matchup feel really different.
Leaning into the asymmetry of the characters, really pushing the possibility space of two different characters colliding. It's all about creating opportunities for improvisation. That's where we can get out
Okay,
of the
there
way and let players
is
find their own magic. We also have abilities that are meant to
PvP.
have impact beyond direct combat. Deployable gear that can persist throughout a full game, so whether that's multiple rounds of a mode or multiple respawns across a match. There are healing pads, bullet blocking domes, explosive traps, lane blocking walls, all kinds of ways to support your team or disrupt your enemies. Coordinated teams can set up and plan ahead, and depending on where and when it happens, players can shift the battlefield to their advantage.
We've got everything from mystics and medics to gunslingers and sparked robots. Every character brings their own unique personality, skills, and wide-ranging perspectives to the crew. Every week, when you log into Concord, you will be welcomed with a new cinematic vignette that will give you a chance to see our characters off the job. They will feature ongoing narrative arcs that grow the characters' stories and relationships and unpack the broader Concord galaxy.
Why are you kissing a tchotchke?
We're excited to share that we'll be hosting a pre-launch beta in July, followed by Concord's global launch on August 23rd, 2024.
I still don't know what are the actual matches like. What do you do? What's the goal? I just saw shooting. Is it just deathmatch, or is there an objective? Because we saw the robot, so are we trying? Is it a capture the flag thing? This was a bad demo. Still have no idea what makes this game unique. Like, the combat looks good. These are a lot of expert multiplayer game developers. Like, I think there's like Battlefield Heritage here and stuff. So,
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you? A calm and reasonable person.
do we know this? I don't remember if we knew that this was happening.
We don't really want war. Do you, Kratos?
War is coming. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok.
You will die, Kratos of Sparta.
Death can have me. When it earns me.
Odin's got tricks up his sleeve we haven't dared to consider.
We have guests! They're too fast! Look out!
Fate only binds you if you let it. Do what is necessary. Not because it is written.
Kratos killed the Fates. Multiple times. Different ones.
Soldiers and officials alike oppress the people for personal gain, and the people must turn to thievery for food.
I was gonna say, is this Dynasty Warriors 10? This is exciting.
Perhaps this is heaven's way of lamenting the state of the land. Men are powerless at the feet of the divine. But even so, someone must act.
This better be Dynasty Warriors 10. This is Dynasty Warriors 10. They have a lot to prove after 9. This has been a long time in coming. Oh, interesting. So it's not 10. Interesting.
Momo, I think I was dreaming.
It wasn't a dream. We were really transported to Mirrorland!
The path of a stylist is never easy. So, are you ready for it?
Ready!
We're ready. Ready!
What is this? I see platforming, I see picture taking, I see lots of picture taking. I saw for a moment what seemed like maybe combat. It's a really cool art style. I actually really like the visuals here. They've done a lot of really cool filmic stuff with like the camera and depth of field and all that. Infinity Nikki.
Is it you who pursues infinity? Or is infinity awaiting you?
Stars. Feuds. I have seen the miracles you so claim.
Tips works. Not familiar with him.
The towering shadows vanished into the mist.
I pray for their grace, but all that came were inferior shades.
Why do we have to bear the consequences of such power?
Time. War. Mortality. These essences shall not fall into your treacherous hands. Wayward emissaries, grant us the forgotten miracles. Rain fire from above. This desolate land needs a sprinkle of.
This is. I wonder if this is Chinese made. This looks very Chinese.
Remember, no matter what happens, we did not betray this world.
Ballad of Antara. Interesting. That looks nice.
I thought I could be a hero and break the curse. But I was a fool. There is no hope here. And the gods that walk among us thirst for death.
Outsider! Your head is mine!
This is a very poor performance for a VR game. They have a lot of work to do here.
The poison in my veins begs me to kill.
I'll put you in the ground! The power of our god is immeasurable!
Thought I could be a hero. But heroes don't survive the Forsaken Lands. Only monsters do.
Alien game. Well, that was easy. Oh, Alien Horror VR game. Okay. I hear you. Again, very poor performance. But, okay. I hear you. That seems neat.
Hi everyone, I'm Sean Benson. I'm back on State of Play to introduce more exciting titles coming to PlayStation, starting with a highly anticipated PvP shooter, playable soon on PS5.
Shooter, Marvel, NetEase. I'm very concerned.
All realities converge here. Destiny awaits. Stronger together.
I don't want to play anything NetEase made.
Embrace the chaos.
Or more accurately, I don't want to pay the ongoing fees that I would have to pay to be competitive at any game NetEase made. Hold on, I can only swing one more time until I have to wait for my cooldown timer. I'll be back in 16 hours. Unless I can pay their microtransaction.
Okay, let's see how mankind has conquered space.
Yeah, no thanks. Another heavily Chinese themed game. So it also looks neat. Wonder how many of these are actually made in China and how many are just looked like they're made in China. Someone at Sony clearly likes this type of game, though, because I feel like every state of play over the past couple of years has had like 3 or 4 games that look more or less like this. And I frankly can't even remember the names of half of them after it. And then I never see them again. Or at least don't see them for years. Stellar Blade finally came out, actually. First one I feel like I've seen in years.
Hello, friends and fans. I'm super excited to welcome all my pals back to the annual Blackwood Winter Getaway.
Oh, this is Until Dawn remake, huh?
Nice one.
You can't hide from me, Michael.
Oh, you go down. Oh! It means so much to me that we're all still here together.
Fight the break of dawn. I feel like someone's watching us.
Just going out there. Let's make this one trip we will never forget.
Mike, Emily?
What is going on with the colors here?
I was down there.
You were?
It was horrible.
Why does this look awful? Is it just my screen?
That get everyone killed. We should stay put right here until dawn.
Jessica!
You can't let me die!
Why does everything they're showing here looks so off? I don't understand. I'm not even entirely sure what they did to cause that. That was just really bad looking. Okay, we've heard of this one before, clearly. For years now. I don't think I realized this wasn't out yet.
Ogham was once a peaceful land, but each day descends further into madness. Famine and plague besiege us. The very earth is being poisoned. The Count's men, once our protectors, have turned on us. And now, they come for me.
My bitrate just dropped dramatically or something? I don't know. Everything just looks way worse than like, I don't understand why. I don't have this set to like auto or anything. It should be maintaining its same resolution, but maybe they've dropped the bitrate on me. There's a lot of artifacting going on.
I must be the one to face this nightmare.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself!
But I need not do it alone.
I feel like this game was announced like a decade ago at this point. Like, I feel like it was announced at least a year or two before Diablo 4. Is it seriously not out? Maybe it's out on PC. And this is just the PlayStation 5 for real. I don't know.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry. I was just...
It's okay. I didn't mean to scare you.
Silent Hill.
I'm kind of lost.
2.
Looking for Silent Hill?
I think you should stay away. This town, there's something wrong with it?
Is it dangerous?
Maybe.
I'll be careful.
I'm not lying.
I guess I don't really care if it's dangerous or not. I'm going either way.
No, you shouldn't be here.
Well, there are crazy killer nurses. Combat looks real clunky. I'm gonna call this a Silent Hill game. Guess I was maybe hoping for improved combat.
Good, I promise. Tell him I'll be good, please.
Is he Pyramid Head? You're not Pyramid Head. Where's your Pyramid Head?
No, please.
Capcom announced this next game last December, offering just a glimpse of what's in store for their celebrated franchise. Today, I am so excited to share
Monster Hunter?
the first full gameplay trailer for Monster Hunter Wilds.
Yep. I nearly predicted we would see more Monster Hunter Wilds here. Guess I should have.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started.
This is gonna be great!
You bet.
I hope we find them soon.
Is there a story in this Monster Hunter game? At least a story that is not just, I need to hunt the monsters.
Incredible. I've never heard of a Karatnoth herd this big before.
One of them's got big spikes on its back.
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the desert.
Right. The sandstorm.
I feel like I'm not super impressed with the visuals here. Like, they're not bad at all, but considering how good Capcom's games have looked this generation and how big of a series Monster Hunter is for them, I guess I was maybe expecting more. This looks good, but it doesn't like blow me away good. This, you know, looks not dissimilar to all these Chinese games we've been seeing. Which again, I mean, they all look great. Everything here that we've seen, I don't think we've seen anything that I would call visually unappealing. Yeah, so it's not bad. I guess I just was kind of more expecting to be wowed by this in a way that I guess this doesn't look like a major improvement over Capcom's recent output. Like, this doesn't look that much better than like a Dragon's Dogma 2.
Thank you, sir.
When it feels like this should have had at least like 3 or 4 times the budget of that. And if it didn't, someone at Capcom doesn't understand about budgeting video games. Like, this should... Surely they should have been spending the vast majority of their development budget for action games of this sort on this game. Right? Oh look, it's Astrobot. Are we at 14 games now? We still have a game or 2 after this. I wasn't counting, actually. But it has been half an hour, so we should be nearing the end. There might be 1 game after this one. This gives me a very Nintendo vibe, almost. This looks very joyous in a Nintendo way. It even has a giant shocking tree like a Nintendo game. Question is it friendly, like in a Zelda game, or do I need to murder it at the beginning, like in a Kirby game? Cool. These games have been very, very good in the past, so I'm excited to see that.
Be sure to visit PlayStation blog for more on the games you just saw, as well as PlayStation.com for the latest on Days of Play. This global celebration runs through June 12th, with deals on PlayStation Store, great new content coming to PlayStation Plus, and much more.
Okay, I guess that's it. Yeah, okay, cool. Nice mix of games, stuff that we knew of, stuff we didn't know of. Yeah. Cool. All right. That was fun to watch. We're gonna pop down for a minute and then pop back up with a Boomer Shooter Showdown. So stay tuned, and thank you for watching that with me.